All right, this is mastery topic from chapter 1, and it's still mastery topic number 1. Students will know how to work with linear functions in both slope-intercept form and standard form. And you see here we have a standard form equation, 3x plus 2y equals 6. Now, there's a couple ways to do this. First of all, a lot of students like to put it in slope-intercept form. In other words, solve it for y, and then just look at what the slope is and what the y-intercept is. So I'll do that here as the first way of solving it. So to do that, I could what I'm looking to do, what I'm aiming to do is to get this 2y all by, or to get the y all by itself. So the first thing that I would do here is just subtract off the 3x, because 3x minus 3x is 0. Okay, and so now I have 0 plus 2y, which is just 2y, equals, and then of course negative 3x plus 6, I can't combine those because they're not like terms. Now the thing I have to get rid of is that 2. I don't want a 2 there, so if I take 2y and divide it by 2, that would give me just the y I need. But if I divide one thing by 2, I have to divide everything by 2. So I'm going to divide by 2, and now I have 1y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 6 over 2 is 3. So now I can just do the same thing I did in the last video, which is to look at the y-intercept, which is 3, go up 1, 2, 3, and place my point, and then look at the slope, which is negative 3 over 2, which means I would go down 3, right 2. So that's one way to graph this line. Perfectly acceptable. The other way that you can use to graph this line, which a lot of students will use on something like this, is you can just draw an XY chart and pick some values to plug in for X, like maybe, I don't know, 0 and 4. And plug those values into this equation for X and figure out what Y is. So in this case, I'd say 3 times 0 plus 2 times Y equals 6. And that's 0 plus 2 times Y equals 6. And so Y is 3. So the point 0, 3 is on the line. And then I'd plug in 4. So 3 times 4 plus 2 times Y equals 6. 3 times 4 is 12. So 12 plus 2y equals 6. Subtract 12 from both sides, and now I'm just solving for y. So y equals, or 2y, I'm sorry, equals negative 6. Divide both sides by 2, and y equals negative 3. So the point 4, negative 3. Kind of shows you how bad my original line was there. So let's just get rid of that. Connect the dots. There, that's a better line. And so either way, you get the same exact line. So see, this is 3 down 3 over 2. Or you can use the XY chart. So that's just two ways to do the same thing. It's just dependent on your comfort level, and there's probably a lot of other ways to do that too. A lot of students will just plug in 0 for y and find out what x is, and plot that point, and then plug in 0 for x and find out what y is, and plug in that point. That was the other way around, and get the line that way. There's lots of ways to do it, but there's a few different ways anyway if you were stuck.